This Saturday?
Yeah, this Saturday.
Perfect. I'll book it.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Nah, it's all good, bro. I would love to get invited to golf. Hey, this year, bro, I am breaking 130. I'm breaking 130 this summer. Let's go.
Yeah, this is our jam.
But, hey, needless to say, welcome back to a brand new episode of Tune Into Dillon. And if you didn't already put it together from the context clues, me and Will are joined today with Sean Clifford, Penn State legend, NFL quarterback, founder, investor, CEO, all of the above.
Man, he does it all, man. He does it all.
And one of our good friends, and I guess with Will, golfing buddy, wouldn't know about it. But Sean, thanks for being on here.
I appreciate you guys. I feel like I've been watching this for so long, and I'm so honored to be on the Tune Into Dillon. This is a legendary pod right here.
Yep, number one basement pod.
Number one most listened by families that have the last name Tune In and Dillon and Clifford.
Yes, highest percentile of returning listeners over the age of 45.
That's good stuff. All right, how are OTAs going, Sean?
Dude, his mic is loud.
Bro,
is it loud? All right, I'll back up.
Bro,
that's crazy.
Go sit back by the watch.
I'm moving this here. Is that better?
We're talking OTAs. They're good. They're really good. I feel like we definitely miss AJ just for the juice, but just in general, OTA's been going well. Oh, dude, don't cry on me now. Don't cry on me now.
I was getting hyped up.
You're in Philly. You're in Philly now.
I love it.
No, it's been good. Ultimately, we've had a really successful OTAs. I would say guys are juiced up. I feel like we're getting the most out of every single practice. Lots of touchdowns, which is exciting. On the offensive side. Defense.
Not good for the defense, though.
No, I'm joking. Defense.
Start the rumor mill.
No. Defense is definitely giving us some fits. You got Xavier McKinney back there still doing his thing. So, the whole team has really had a good offseason, OTAs in general. I think phase one was really good just in general for guys to come back, got their legs back. Phase two really started to see some strides, and then phase three now, I think guys are making plays. That's for sure. So it's been good.
Hell yeah. I like it. It's good to hear the boys are juiced. I was talking to Sean today. He said he's slinging it. I asked him for some film. He said he wasn't allowed to let me see, which is crazy.
But AJ, what's been the biggest difference between like Packers and Eagles OTAs? Like, is there a big difference from team to team, or is it? It's kind of pretty standard.
I mean, you got your standard, the way practices are, put together and stuff like that. I'd say the difference, like the big difference would probably be just kind of how the stuff runs. Like I've said when we come on here before, it's just like a lot more competition based. Like everything is a competition, kind of like that college atmosphere. The weight room, there's always a competition. The field work earlier, there's always a competition. Within the entire week, there's a competition. Within the entire OTAs, there's competition between certain groups and stuff like that. So everybody just kind of always, trying to get a little bit better, but in a fun way. So it makes it a lot of fun. Guys are having fun, and things are good. But I'm juiced for having a good time, making plays.
Hey boys, AJ, how's Say?
Yes, Say's doing good. Jahan's doing good. We were talking about your wedding. We were talking about your wedding. Sean's wedding's coming up here soon, so the boys are pumped. But yeah, Penn State guys they're good. They were asking about you, man. They said they liked your old beard a lot better. You gotta bring it back.
I don't know if that'll ever make I don't think it'll ever make it back. Did you ever see the old beard, like the 2022 Rose Bowl beard?
Yes, but you got to bring it back.
I've never seen that.
A little like Fitzmagic action.
Dude, actually though, like tune in. I'll tell you this right now. Like this beard was, it was like it was like down to here. It was so legit, and my loving soon-to-be wife had cut it out, and it is what it is. But yeah, it was awesome. You seeing it now?
I'm seeing it right now. Yeah, that's great.
Awesome. It was one of my most prized possessions, and it got cut. But now I'm just this will have to do, I guess.
But here's
more
my
professional
thing.
look.
Here's my thing. What if you let your beard grow from the time camp starts until the Packers lose a game?
I feel like that's fair.
Like, so,
That's fair.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you're not talking to the decision maker here. Like, if you want to make a call, we go right to the source, but like, I'm just not making the decisions on my facial hair, which
That's
is
fair.
crazy.
This guy's already way ahead. He already knows.
It is what it is.
Married, man. You can just buzz the head and just
Buzz
grow
the
the
head.
whole beard.
I mean, maybe if I want to sleep alone, like
Hey, sometimes that couch is comfy, man.
my couch is super comfy. I sometimes would rather, but yeah, just in general, I like my sleep number too. So it is what it is.
That is fair. Sean, so obviously a lot of our listeners too are also from Green Bay, and people have, we've teased that you were going to come on the pod before. And I feel like a lot of people might not know, especially Green Bay, just football fans in general. When you were in college, you started an NIL marketing agency. Obviously, you were doing your thing at Penn State. You have all the awards and accolades and records and things like that. But walk us through kind of what that was like. What made you decide to make that jump while obviously you're so busy, you're leading a team, a successful team. Kind of how did that all start?
Yeah, I think it comes down to ultimately my mindset with everything. Specifically when it comes to business, I just see the synergies between business and football, like through and through. I think ultimately especially as a quarterback, the intangibles that you have as a quarterback, the leadership, the communication skills, all the things that you need to do just to win games in general allows you to then also bring that over to the business side and have a lot of success, because that's what running a company is. Like, if you're a CEO of a company, it's about it's about the intangible skills that you bring on a daily basis, and that's where I just found a lot of love in the business space. So then when I made the NIL agency, it was about just being able to provide something that I already felt like we were doing on a daily basis. So it was like, why don't we just provide this to other people, other athletes, get in with other athletes, be able to communicate with them, make them reach their dreams in whatever way, shape, or form they're trying to do. So as we were continuing to scale that up, it became more and more real that we had a real company that could ultimately do something and scale to a certain degree. And then, when we had our exit, it was just kind of the final stake that allowed us to really know that business, football, sports, business, all those things combined, you can do both as an athlete. Like, I truly believe I'm an athlete advocate through and through, solely on the fact that I know that the things that I was doing outside the facility gave me a leg up when I came into football. Because I talk about it all the time. Like, I would be running meetings, doing calls with high net worth or, strategics or different brands. So I'm doing that before noon. I'm doing that from 7 o'clock, 6:30 a.m. to noon. I leave, and then we're hitting workouts. Guys are just waking up from a nap, and I'm like, let's freaking go. Like, let's get on our horse here. So it just allowed me to ultimately get in the mindset early and often. And so I never missed a day. Like, I was just always on. And now in the NFL, it's the same way. Like, as I go through investments, go through opportunities, to ultimately scale, my brand, my business, everything around me, why not just also bring that to other guys? Why not have collaboration across, not only NFL, but different ecosystems, people outside of sports, and just bring all that together?
Yeah, bro. We were talking right before you got on. I was telling Lucas, our producer, and Will, we were like, Sean's going to be here. And I'm like, this guy is the most punctual, most organized with the schedule person I've ever seen. I remember last training camp when we were in Denver, we all went out to eat as a team. And that's kind of when we really started talking really about like next level investments, just everything under the sun about, how to be successful off the field. And you showed me your calendar, and it was like, you had your sleep planned, your like TV time planned, when you're going to have it's like every single thing, and when you're going to be silly body, like the whole thing, like how you were talking about it a little bit, and just kind of you wake up, you're ready to go, you're taking these meetings. how do you think all that helps you, obviously in business, but give you a leg up on the field, or has it, as you've like progressed in your career?
Yeah, I think it just comes down to preparation. Like, if you don't prepare for a game, you're going to shit the bed, and you're ultimately you're going to have no confidence going in the game. But if you prepare like a starter, right, on the football side, or prepare like a starter on the investor side or the business side, and you educate yourself, you give yourself a bunch of different opportunities to fail, to succeed, to have those ups and downs, like, that's ultimately for me where I've been able to see the most growth, is through failures, through trying, through entering into a room that I have no business being in, but knowing all the different things that I've learned to date and being able to just hold conversations. Like, I think that's one thing that a lot of guys get nervous about is like, oh, what am I going to talk to XYZ high net worth or family office or some group, right? Yeah. I mean, what am I even going to talk about? But you forget also all the things that you've done to get in the position that you are today in the NFL. And that is honestly a hell of a lot harder sometimes, especially physically, than what people are doing on a daily basis in the business world. So if you just bring that same mindset over to business, you want to win, you want to compete, like our 4 core values at Penn State, and I actually had them in all the companies that I have, but they're positive attitude, great work ethic, compete in everything you do, and must be willing to sacrifice. And those like are ingrained in the back of my head. But if you think about it and you bring those from football to just daily life and you just wake up with that mindset, I mean, no one can really stop you if you just put your foot on the gas.
Yeah, man. I always get I love that. I mean, you're one of those guys who just goes, sees an opportunity and go and seize it, honestly.
Yeah.
It's just fun to see. It sounds like you're still really, and we've talked about this before, you're really still into athletic tech and, investments and all of that stuff that comes along with sports. What is your involvement with that right now? And, what are you seeing, with the current age, with where NIL is and everything? Is it the golden age for, athletes to invest in creative things that pertain to sports? What is your perception on that?
Yeah, NIL is interesting because legislation from California needs to come out here soon. And then once that legislation breaks, you start to see some associations come around. Like, I'm a huge proponent of athletes.org. Jim Cavall, Brandon Copeland, those two guys run athletes.org, which is kind of the pseudo-athletic, college football athletic association for college athletes right now, at least. But there's going to be a winner there, which ultimately will then go to a CBA. Like, everyone tries to act like it's not going to go that way, or, there's like some other magic way of doing this. Like, just look at history. History repeats itself. It's going to come out. Like, one of these days there will be just an association, pay to play, and then the rest will be history. And I still think that everyone talks about like the major leagues, like the NFL, NBA, MLB, MLS. Like, I don't know why no one says NFL, college football, and then all the like that. It's a major league at this point. So I think that there's gonna be a lot of opportunities to invest there. Right now, it's just I would definitely put my foot on the gas, or put my foot on the brake. Sorry, because it's just kind of still all over the place, which is crazy. I mean, what was it? July 1st, 2021 is when legislation changed, and now we're still in this mindset of guys getting
the Wild West.
I mean, it's the Wild West through and through. So it doesn't make sense to me on that. But then I think I'm very bullish, though, on sports assets, because I think sports, the thing that people don't realize about sports, and ultimately I think really sports adjacent assets too, is that it leverages the sports ecosystem, which is one of the best in the world, right? Culturally accepted, has the most people, most eyeballs, just great investors, great backing. But if you use sports as an entry level or an entry point to commercial growth, you can grow so many different companies in the facilities that we live in today. And so that's ultimately what I'm really bullish of, and where I think the collaboration in the future between leagues, athletes, agents, owners, all those different groups coming together, there's going to be some really cool stuff that doesn't only apply to sports, but will take off into different industries, whether that be medical, military, industrial. Like, there's just so many applications that directly tie to just what the Green Bay Packers, the Philadelphia Eagles use on a daily basis, that everyday consumers can also use and can potentially change the world and be the new Meta or the new, the new Apple or what have you. I don't know if you guys been watching that new show, or I don't know if it's even new on Netflix. It's about VC, and it is. I'll definitely shoot you. I'm not even blanking on the name. I just started it yesterday, but
send that over. But
really good
what's a sports asset like? What's a good example of what you have your eyes on right now? That's because when I think of sports asset right now too, I like how sports tie into real estate. And how Titletown has kind of developed out in a lot of ways, or just that side of business relating to sports and just like building around an ecosystem of the stadium and all of that. But what's a good sports asset that that you have your eyes on?
Well, I'll point to one that's actually like come full circle already. Like think about Catapult. Catapult, for everybody listening or people who don't know it, Penn State was actually one of the first universities to take on Catapult. You wear this bra, and we call it a bro for everyone listening. You wear this thing underneath, or it's attached to the pads. It's a little device, it sits on the back, and it tracks your speed, your distance of running, your volume, your top speed, your lowest speed, like every little detail and data analytic that you can get in a practice. And then it aggregates that data, puts it onto a software, and then shows you all this sports science that allows you to ultimately make decisions on practices and how long they should be, what positions are getting less work, what positions need more work, whatever it might be. You then bring that asset over to, which it already has happened, the U.S. military then has taken Catapult on, and now our troops are wearing catapults in training.
I didn't know that. That's
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, so our troops are now getting the same data that started in facilities as athletes were wearing them, and now our U.S. military, and they're taking on huge government contracts, and now the company went from, when I saw them in college, I don't want to say a specific, but I'm assuming it was probably less than a $25 million valuation. Now the company is a $500 million company. Like, that's a company that within 5 years has 20x'd their valuation.
Dang.
You're never going to see in public markets or public opportunities, and that's the private market for you right there. So that's what, whenever I talk about sports adjacent, like those are the companies that start in sports in some way, shape, or form, touch down, dominate, and then go, here healthcare, here military, here industrial, like we can also support you. And that's where like those companies blow up into 9-figure, 10-figure businesses.
Yeah, I didn't know. Obviously, I know what Catapult is. I didn't realize that it was in the military, used by the military.
Yeah.
That is crazy. I mean, when you think about that application, I mean, yeah, it makes sense. You can track everything, see how everybody's performing. Bro, this is obviously the billion-dollar question, but I feel like you're the person to, to answer it or at least have an idea of it. What do you think, and you're talking kind of, larger scale, but what do you think is the next unicorn or the next big thing as far as sports tech? And whether that's for just a team or for a league, what do you think's that next one in your mind, or at least like that space of kind of untapped potential, something nobody's really done yet? If you have a billion-dollar idea, don't say it and hold on to it. But
just tell us, actually.
Don't say it. But generally, like, what do you think that next, I guess, space would be in sports and fan engagement? What's that next step?
I think it's going to be a combination of a bunch of different things. Like obviously AI is going nowhere, and governance over AI and what needs to happen in the future there is a whole nother conversation. But I think that it's going to be a tie-in between like true AI and then probably just health and wellness, because that's where our country and where the world's going right now. I feel like we kind of took a step back from that. COVID made that more relevant. People started to really dive into their health. You're starting to see companies like Poppy overtake your Coca-Colas, and now they're getting acquired by those types of brands because people are being more diligent about what they're putting in their bodies, and they're actually reading the labels and all those different things. So I think it goes with the trends. So in CPG, I think it'll continue to be like health wellness brands. In the tech world, I think it'll be just leveraging AI in a bunch of different ways. Like I see that with companies that I talk to and that I deal with on a daily basis, whether that be like Intake Health, for example, which is a young company out of Raleigh, North Carolina, sits in the back of a urinal. You pee into this thing, it lights up red, yellow, green. Check it out. It's a great company. But that company, you pee into it and it gamifies hydration. So now athletes are like consciously thinking about, okay, am I hydrated or not? The next step to that is urine analysis, which now is like AJ Dillon goes to the bathroom and he takes a whiz. Nice. It ultimately can tell AJ
Working
Dillon.
on my aim.
Yeah, right? You gotta aim it in the cup, that's for sure. But like imagine a world where you pee into that thing and then it tells you exactly, like not a guess, but based off of what your body looks like, what you should be taking from a supplement plan, from a diet plan. Like the innovation there can be huge. And that then stems, like we talk about stemming from sports, think about putting that into healthcare, like putting that into hospitals, old people homes where they're
every bathroom ever. I mean, seriously.
Honestly, like why can't every single consumer bathroom or like home toilet tell you exactly how to live your life better? Like that would be that is a company that has exponential potential and could be $1 billion business. Like
I'll tell you what, you don't want that in the back of a urinal at a dive bar though. Everybody's in the red. Everybody's
in the red.
Yeah, but it's just gonna say, "Hey, brother, you gotta lay off the beers."
Yeah, you are 15 beers deep.
I'm on a generational run right now.
Imagine
I don't understand.
Imagine if there's like a tally above the urinal in the thing. It's like you're at like 13. Like your buddy's like loading that he's like 12 beers deep, but he's actually like in top of like 6, and it's just like, oh, you're
yeah, you're a lightweight. Now that's fun. That's a fun game.
That's a great party gig right there. So that's a sports adjacent asset, baby.
That's something I'd come up with if I had way too much time on my hand. Let's see who the lightweights are here.
That's cool. That's cool that the competitiveness of sports and just sports tech breeds into like everyday products. I think that's so fascinating. Didn't Liquid IV come from like Big Ten locker rooms or something like that?
Yeah, another great example.
Like, we love the Big Ten. The Big Ten's elite. You guys.
You jumped into the big very early, big guy. Like it 100% happened. But yeah, like another CPG product that like popped up. Another product is Som Sleep.
Yes. That thing knocks you out.
Dude,
what's that? I don't know that
it's
one.
It's a melatonin. Here, hold on. I got it. Here, hold on.
Dude, take it right now. See what happens.
They're like melatonin little cans.
Som Sleep, baby. Plug it in. It's fantastic. It pretty much. I had it upside down. Som Sleep. It's a stick pack. Melatonin stick pack has other vitamins in it, but like it guarantees a great night of sleep. Like I tell you, when I take it, knocks me cold out.
Does it give you crazy dreams?
No.
That's the same one. That's the same one we had the cans of, no? All right. I didn't know it came in packet form.
They're getting away from the cans though.
Okay.
They're getting away from the cans because it's more convenient.
It's more convenient to put it in whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those and those cherry juice. I would take that before a game, and I'm out because I'm somebody who, like in college, like I could not sleep before a game, not because of nerves, but like almost like I just got too much juice. I'm up. And like college, I remember I would be up until like 2, 3 a.m. and then go play mid-afternoon game, and we'd be fine. But like you get to the league, get a little older, it's like I need that sleep. I need that sleep. You're walking around with 2 cups of coffee, double fists on game day. It's tough.
Whatever it takes.
So, has there been anything this year, Sean, that you've been doing differently as far as like diet, breath work? He
has.
Damn right.
Yeah, he has. We had a tea time at 1:50. You showed up at 2:05 because you said you had breath work. And then I see in your story you're like running on the bottom of a pool.
You saw that, though, right? You saw that. I wasn't lying, Tunin. Like I couldn't.
You were late to the tea time, but
I couldn't tell the time because I was freaking underwater.
Valid. Okay, that's valid. What's going on there, man? What was that?
Well, so that was a one-off. That was just something provided by the team. Group out of Miami came up, and they teach breath work, which was honestly really cool. I must say, and I'm blanking. I wish I could give a shout out to those guys, but like ex-Navy SEALs and just really just cool shit. Like honestly, easiest way to put it. But I mean, AJ knows better than anybody. We were down there in Florida, in Naples, and grinded it out at CTP. Shout out to Anthony Tamburello.
Facts. CTP, we grind different.
We grind different down there, but we got after it. I think that was the biggest mistake that I made from year 1 to year 2, and it's nothing against like Green Bay or anything like that, but I stayed up in Green Bay, and I think I just didn't get that same off season like my rookie year where I went to Florida, was in a completely different environment, was able to throw all the time, like be outside, just kind of get out. I was up in Green Bay, and it's February, and there's snow on the ground, and it's just you can't really do much. My mental was just really fogged going into OTAs, into camp. So going down to Florida, coming back, like OTAs has been awesome, to be honest. Like I've enjoyed every day. I've been very excited to attack every day, which is, I mean, I was excited last year, but like different excitement. You know, like you're not like dragging ass. It's more like, you know, we only have 4 more or OTA practices left. It's like very excited to continue to show off and like continue to build with the team and all those different things. So I think it's, you know, everything. Nutrition definitely hit that harder. Good plan. Put on a good 9 pounds
of muscle.
Straight
lean,
muscle.
Mean,
Check out
fighting machine.
I'm freaking gassed up, but yeah.
I'll tell you what, man. We were down there in Bonita. Sean needed a receiver. He's throwing that ball. I'm like, God, I got to take a few steps back. He putting some sauce behind it, some zip.
It was good, though. It was a good time, though. I'll tell you what, AJ Dillon, man, slot him out to number 1. Just put him on a football.
Hey, we're out there, man. I'll tell you what, though. I will say the one thing I do feel like Green Bay, not one thing, there's a bunch of things, but one of the things I do think like Green Bay really prepared me for, or like we ran so many routes as running backs in Green Bay, and like even if we didn't run it on game day, you had to know how to run it. Like you're running sluggos, you're running, you know, the whole route tree. Yeah. And you're in different positions. And so like now, you know, I'm going to a different team. They kind of only, you know, going based off what they've seen on film, and we're doing some different things. It's like, oh man, like I didn't know, we didn't realize that you could do all this stuff. Right. And so that's one thing. I'm like, yeah, I feel comfortable out here in slot. I feel comfortable out wide. I feel comfortable running double moves and
check fade. Check
fade. Hit him with.
Oh, there it is.
Little scramble drill. You know. Oh, should I just start throwing out signals? Oh man, too good. All right, let's have some fun. We're having some fun here. 2-minute drill. First time we broke out this theme. Pretty much rapid fire, but you're a quarterback. So 2-minute drill here, Sean. You ready? We're just going to give you questions. You shout them out.
Go for it.
All right.
All right, I'll kick it off. What's more stressful, 3rd and long or your first investor pitch?
Oh, man. First investor pitch, for sure.
What's the most washed thing you've done since turning pro?
Washed? Define washed.
Like now you're a little bit of an old head. Like you're not in, you know, you're not a college stud anymore. You're like,
after practice, taking a walk with your fiance down the river.
Nice. I love that answer. If NIL existed when Johnny Manziel was in college, what would his first brand deal be?
Probably the local bar.
Facts.
Yeah.
What's your go-to
Shout
cheat
out to Johnny
meal?
too. Sorry, also.
You're good.
No smoke to Johnny. Did a panel with Johnny down in Atlanta. If you're seeing this, Johnny, I didn't mean no. I think you're a great guy.
Hey, probably answer the same thing.
Johnny,
if
you're seeing this right now, we'll love to have you on as a guest. Shameless plug. What's your go-to cheat meal that would make your nutritionist cry?
Oh, my sweet tooth. I would 100. Like M&M's, just chocolate candy, no doubt.
Just classic M&M's?
Yeah, classic. Peanut M&M's are the number 2, but like you can't go wrong with just your classic.
Interesting. What are your thoughts on crypto?
Bullish.
What teammate would absolutely fail on Shark Tank, and why?
Oh man. I was about to say Telly, but he crushes crypto, actually.
Telly's crushing the crypto, bro.
Yeah, we've had some
conversations
about crypto. I would probably, man, freaking E-Man. Probably E-Man. I just don't think he's talk. I don't know. I think he's just a quiet guy.
Yeah, my boy E, he'd be like, hey, man, you should invest.
Leave it at that.
type shit.
All right, if you had to pick a teammate to manage your entire investment portfolio, who's it not going to be?
E-Man.
Okay. Who would it be? Who would you choose outside of yourself?
Can't take myself.
No,
Can't take yourself.
Josh Jacobs.
Okay.
I like it.
Yeah. Josh and I have had some really good conversations. So Josh Jacobs for sure.
If you could have any NIL deal back when you were in college, so revert back, what would be your dream sponsor at Penn State?
I probably would have gone. I would have loved to rock a Nike deal. I think that would have been really cool. And Nick Singleton actually did a Nike deal with Penn State, and he was on the side. He had like a whole side of a building cut out with "Just Do It," and it was just like him. And that would have been, awesome. So yeah, Nike.
I was hoping you'd say the local bar, but that's all right. All right, you've got two options: get roasted by Mr. Wonderful on a Shark Tank pitch, or try to juke Derwin James in open space.
Oh, I'm taking Derwin.
Oh, all right.
Hey, Sean's got some wiggle to him, bro.
I'm gonna lull you to sleep, and I'm just gonna hit you with a 1-2.
Fake slide?
Balanced QB on Madden, not just pocket passing. Watch out.
Improviser.
Let me be balanced. It's just balanced, all right.
Oh, that's fun. I like that. So, kind of closing out, what do you have any advice for? I think a lot of times, especially now, there's a lot more with NIL, and we were talking with Ian Johnson from NIL Ace last episode, and he has a NIL company, and they started recruiting guys all the way back in high school. And so he was just talking about, you really do need some tutelage and some guidance for these young guys going through the process. And then you obviously are an athlete, current athlete in the NFL, done that whole journey, and are an entrepreneur at the same time. Do you have any advice for athletes who, like people always say, want to be bigger than just, or more than just football, or more than whatever sport they're playing? What would your advice be to people trying to do both and do both successfully?
I would say first and foremost, stack your cash, because now you're starting to get paid from the actual university or whatever, however the collectives. I don't know the exact way of like monetizing that, but they're getting paid. Like you're getting a monthly stipend. So stack your cash, and once you hit six figures of any sort, learn how to allocate correctly. Like just be able to go through percentages, understand and understand where your money's going to. Like don't just hire some FA and just let them run. I would have a plan. Like I would ask what I'm in, why I'm in it, and if you don't understand it, then have them explain it to you in a way that you can truly understand it. If they can't explain it to you and dumb it down in whatever way, shape, or form, then they shouldn't be your FA because they don't know it that well. Because if that's how, at least for me, the one thing that I know I can do is I can talk to the smartest dude in the room, and I can also speak to the person who's never had any experience in that space. And that's just from learning it from the ground up. So if your FA can't dumb it down to the fact that you can actually truly understand it, they probably don't know it well enough themselves. So I would just learn to allocate correctly, know what you're in, and then go from there.
Are they bringing in those resources, or is that kind of a liability for these universities? Like, do they have classes like Pick Your Financial Advisor 101, or hey, allocate your dollars 101?
They do that a little bit now. Like,
they kind of have those speakers who come in,
Yeah. But I feel like people don't take it seriously, though. Like,
no.
To be honest with you, I think that the curriculum being taught is, again, it's like they try to make it like high level, but you gotta be able to take it from the I think that the way, like, if anyone's looking for an entrepreneur or somebody to actually learn from, like, how to build a business, and I think business, like, that could be an actual business, that could be your own like LLC that you're working for memorabilia deals or marketing deals or whatever. But like Alex Hormozy, that guy on YouTube is nuts, and it's perfect because he actually teaches you like third grade level how to scale a business, and it's awesome, and it's high level thinking at the end, but it teaches you from like the ground.
It builds on itself. Yeah. I mean, dude, like there's been guys I've met in the league, and they are trying to figure out how to pay their bills, how to pay their rent,
Right.
because like they thought they had auto pay, like just like simple things. But it's like, okay, we get it, you miss your rent, but like also I forgot to do this and I'm paying this guy X, Y, and Z. I didn't ask him how much it costs, so he just sent me an invoice for $3,000 to mow my lawn. You know, it's like so many guys get extorted, and you hear this like these horror stories, and you're like, oh man, that's 1 in a million. But then you see like all these micro instances where guys just like, not because they're dumb or they're just a jock, it's just because they don't know, they were never really taught it. So yeah, I didn't think about that, but
I think too the one skill that I feel like every, especially athletes, should know and is not taught in any education whatsoever is sales. Sales is the best tool in the world because, like what you were talking about, AJ, like sales goes for everything. Like you're selling yourself in every way, shape, or form, every single part of the day. Like you're selling yourself to the professional team that you are working for at the time, like of why they should keep you on the team, whether that be because you're a great player, you're a glue guy, whatever it might be. Like you're selling yourself in that regard. And then on the flip side, like even to the point of I'm always trying to strike a deal, like all the time. It's like the art of the deal, like Trump's book. Like it's just all about being able to create cool deals and win-win situations for both parties. So like if I'm working with the guy mowing my lawn and he's saying $100, I'm gonna try to make a package that gives me a discount over a 12-month period if he's good, and I'm gonna try to figure out a way to make a deal.
let me barter with you real quick.
Dude, I swear to God, this kid was selling used golf balls off of hole number 3 at Thornberry.
And what did I do, Tunin?
Yeah, there were $2 a ball, and he goes, so if I buy 10, what kind of deal do I get? This kid's 8. I'm like, man, just let this kid get his lemonade money, man.
I was trying to strike a deal with the kid. He was not having it.
He didn't budge, man. He did not budge.
I gave him $20. I got 10 golf balls. I was pissed. But to be honest with you, I was like, hey, man, you should definitely learn how to strike a deal here.
Yeah, absolutely no will. Like,
No, he's like,
no, it's $2.
He actually walked to the side and pointed at it. He's like, it's actually $2.
So 2 times 10 is 20.
Yeah.
Broke it down third grade style for you.
It was, yeah, he did. It was pretty funny to see. Everyone was like, is he really bartering with this kid right now, man? I'm like, did you sign an NFL contract? Like, come on.
Are you even allowed to run a business here, sir?
Yeah, what's your permits?
Shut the kid
Yeah,
down.
just Sean turns into a Karen. That'd be
You spell Clifford with a K.
That's good. So what's been like your biggest surprise in the life of the NFL, man? Has it been on the field or in the locker room? Like what's really kind of shocked you in that transition early on in your career here?
I might be naive to it because Green Bay is special, but I think it's been how close-knit the locker room actually is. Because like you always hear from the outside looking in that like it's all business. And I get that. Like it definitely, trust me, I understand that now. It is a business through and through. But within the locker room, that's like what keeps me back, like keeps me going back to the facility so excited because it's the guys. It's being a part of that like shared suffrage, everything that comes with being on a football team. Like that never loses shape. And I think obviously like the money getting involved, like some guys like, you know, act different. You know, it is what it is. Like money definitely changes.
The money will change me.
It does change me. But ultimately, like when it comes down to like at the end of the day, when we're all in the locker room playing ping pong or doing like the neck game or whatever the hell it is, like dude,
there.
like that's what I love, and so that I think that's been most surprising, and I think it's because we're a young team, A, and B, like it's just Green Bay, like it's the culture. I don't know if you could speak to that, AJ, but like I've really enjoyed that.
Yeah, no, I mean the culture in Green Bay is definitely family style, just kind of like the city, just like the town. Everybody knows everybody, and like you kind of treat everybody with respect, and that's one of the things I've always liked about Green Bay. When guys have asked me throughout the years, like, what's it like? It's so small, it's so. Well, it's like, I mean, I personally like I enjoyed that. It's like you go to the supermarket. I always tell the story. I was at the supermarket at the festival, and I'm waiting in line. I'm actually going to the Tunin's house. I had to pick up case of beer or something because we're gonna have a night, and this lady behind me is like, all right, AJ, like, hurry up, because I was trying to find like exact change. She's like, all right, AJ, hurry up. Like, and it's just like they don't care, but like in a respectful way. It's just, and so like you think about that culture and everybody around you kind of funnels into Lambeau. I mean, I've been blessed though, because I didn't really know much about Philly, and Sean, obviously you've had friends here for a little bit, and you grew up in the area, and I've been blessed to go from one awesome fan base to another one, super passionate, and like the locker room here is cool. I'd say like a touch more. It's just a little grittier here, but like I love it. It's exactly what I need. Exactly what I need right now. So it's been a lot of fun. Game day routines. This is one I really wanted to ask you about because you're very routine in everything you do. You got everything scheduled out. Is there something that you do on game day for football, no business, just for football that you do every single time? I feel like you would be the type to have it kind of laid out as how you approach game day.
I don't know where it is right now, but so I actually specifically try to change my routine every time because I just never I feel like every game's different. So like if I go into it and if I'm feeling like some type of way going into a game, like I just want to be able to attack whatever like weakness I feel that day. So like I'm not going to be like super stringent and like I got to do this at this time, at this time, or like I'm also not superstitious in any way. Like I just like to go out and play. Like I'm not superstitious on a daily basis. So why am I going to make it a big thing on game day? But the one thing that I have to carry with me and I absolutely love is my Rubik's Cube. And I don't know where it is right in this second, but you'll see me on the bus over, and I'm just constantly fidgeting with that thing because, I mean, it's a Rubik's Cube.
Yeah. What's your fastest time? You had to have timed yourself.
Of course. 53 seconds is my fastest.
53. Have you tried the bigger one, where it's like 8x8?
God. That thing gives me anxiety just looking at it.
Dude,
I just did 3x3, and I got my movement.
You got to level up this year, bro. New year, new you. You're doing your thing. OTAs are great. This is like 9 more pounds of muscle, bigger Rubik's Cube.
Okay, so I'm gonna go
underwater.
I was gonna say like
you can't come up until you finish it.
Yeah, we'll put that in there. Sure, we'll add that in there. Daily
that
routine.
Would actually, I know you're not a big like trend social media guy, like going over the top, but that would be a great video. The normal Rubik's Cube, but if you're down there, you're doing the breath work and stuff, but you bang out a Rubik's Cube and hop up.
You think that's viewership to the roof?
People would be interested. They're like, who is this guy? And they'd be like, this is why he scored out of this world on his Wonderlic. He can do a Rubik's Cube underwater. Imagine how he digests a playbook.
I might have to add that. I might 100%.
I'm telling you.
That might be next week. You might see me, instead of walking with a weight, I'm going to be fishing that Rubik's Cube.
I'm looking forward to it.
I can't wait.
So we're kind of wrapping up time here. What's next, Sean, man? What's new business venture? Or is it just kind of focused on football until camp? What's going on?
I think it's just going to be maintaining focus on everything that's going like currently. This is probably the first time in a while, I would say like the past 2-3 months, where I've been super at peace with everything. Like everything that's going on in my life is A, handled, and B, I feel like I'm like actually really thriving in. So I think it's not adding anything. It's just doing what I do best every single day and staying enhancedly focused on like keeping the main thing, keeping, football very, very strong, continuing to build there, and then off the field, finding new opportunities to continue to grow. But like other than that, I'm not. And then obviously adding underwater 8x8 or Rubik's Cube. But like other than that, we're in great space right now. So yeah, just keep the main thing, keep the focus, and get some golf on Saturday. That's
yes, sir.
the only thing on my mind right now. Yeah.
I love it. So where can people follow you? I know you're doing a lot of stuff. Obviously, the Instagram is Sean Clifford and Twitter and all that stuff. Are you doing anything right now where people can follow you in any capacity on like what you're doing, what your next steps are, as far as like business sense, or is that soon to come?
Soon to come. I've been pretty slow to go there just because I think from last year, football-wise, to this year, like I wanted to kind of bring it back in and maintain some focus. I try to keep up with my social media. I'm just not very. I've also come to terms with it. I think AJ, we've talked about this. Like I'm just not a social media guy. Like I'm very active. Like you know, like I'm very active on conversations. Have a great network. Like continue to grow that, but just I don't know about me and content. Something about it, I just can't get down with actually figuring it out. And
you just need your first viral thing. It's always the one you don't know about. You're not expecting.
What's not the Rubik's Cube? Where do you think I could go viral, AJ? From a social media expert.
Bro, I think you should, like, you know how John Gruden does his like QB classes?
Yeah.
I think you should do that for business. You just gave a plug to whoever, and I'm sure he's a great guy, and we'll check out the YouTube and look it up for how all the stuff you're just saying about what guys should know, how you should teach it. I think you should do that. I don't think you should go into Penn State, and maybe you will because you're a nice guy and you do that, but like I'm not talking going to Penn State and give the hour speech during camp when everybody's tired but they respect you. I'm talking, you get a couple guys when you're down training in Naples, or guys come out to Green Bay or some business conference, and you get guys who are like-minded, who are studs on the field and want to do some stuff, and you come up with a little quick startup that's doesn't cost much money. They got NIL money, and just like build and see what can come of it. Like that's where, and I could see you making that a series where you're doing something and starting something, with not much pressure on everybody, but not like crazy financial risk for everybody. But you do it, and so teaching everybody who's watching how that works. Wow, like doing some fun like field work and stuff, mix that in there, natural things you would be doing. Get Tanner Morgan out there, get him. I think Tanner Morgan, awesome QB coach, great to meet him, but I think that could be the play. Organic, you're passionate about it, you taught me stuff, made me want to look people up already today, so that might be the play.
I like that. And Lucas is your producer?
Lucas.
All right, Lucas, whatever they're paying you, I'll pay you double. You're coming with me.
That's too good. We got to keep him, man. We got to keep him. Hey, Sean, it was awesome. I appreciate it. I know you're a busy man, and OTAs are still rolling, so appreciate you making the time. And as always, for everybody listening, make sure to like, subscribe, share, everything, and keep listening, and we appreciate it. Comment below anything you liked, you want to see next time, any guests in the future. It goes a long way when you guys tag them, and then I hop in their DMs chasing them down to hop on. So go ahead and do that, and of course follow Sean, and stay tuned for the social media to pop off.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it,
man. I'll see you Saturday.
Yes, sir.